Good evening, everybody. It's the 200th regular episode of What's on Joe Mind. We've got news from Hasbro's Fan First Fridays. We've got news on the IDW comic. We got all kinds of prizes to give away. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right.
Outstanding.
I like not having to time that out. We may have to do cold open more often. How's everybody doing this evening?
I mean, what?
Again, we are
Friday.
What's on Joe Mind, a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. And it's been a busy day, been a busy week. It's been a heck of a time. If you're joining us on YouTube tonight, be sure to like our video down below. Remember to leave a comment once you're able. Subscribe to our channel. It's the thing you can do to help us out the most. If you're watching us on Facebook, now's the time to give us a little emoticon reaction thing. Hit a button down there. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. And that's how Facebook knows that you're paying attention to us there. But there too, please, if you have a moment, the thing you can do to help us out most, like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us just a minute of your time and do that for us. So, what's all going on?
I mean, we're getting the band back together, right? I haven't seen you guys in hours.
At least
Yeah.
It's been
12.
Almost 24 hours.
12. Yes, 24. No, you're right.
And for those for the dedicated people fans out there, who are like, did we miss something? No. We're not always live. Maybe we're cooking something up.
Ooh. Maybe we're on somebody else's channel for a change.
Maybe, right?
Right.
We play well with others.
Well,
mostly.
Lord knows there's enough of us, so
Yeah.
it can be intimidating for all of us to be somewhere else.
We storm other people's podcasts like the Shield jumping the barrier, right? Like, look out, here comes What's on Joe Mind. Before you know it, somebody's getting power bombed through a table, and we're putting our fists together.
We do have our own theme music, so.
And every good hero should have some.
Bottom right, he's back for a 4th straight episode. Unprecedented run on the big program. It's the host of Rack Time, our audio comic book podcast. It's Rack Time, Rob.
Hello. Do I get my 5-timers club card next time?
Ooh,
no.
It's a jacket, isn't it?
Oh,
No.
the blazer.
Punch it.
5-timers blazer. Yeah.
I'm thinking about putting together a 5-timers T-shirt for hosts that have been
That's not
around.
bad, yeah.
We'll see. There's a few of those, so we would have to send out some T-shirts.
Well, actually, this would be more than 5 times, so hey.
Yeah, but
In a row?
You're a host. You're not a guest.
I know.
But I'm talking like there's people who've done the show 5 times now that we absolutely have to get T-shirts for. Like noted author James Kavanaugh would get a 5-timers T-shirt. He would actually get like a 10-timers T-shirt.
Plus some kind of trophy for being runner-up to Joe Colton in the costume contest like 14 times.
Ooh.
It was funny because when that was a thing, we actually used to officially back James Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
We turned heel on Joe Colton on that one.
Oh, man.
It was great.
We had all kinds of people picking sides, and then we'd all get together, and we'd all be, getting together all JoeCon. We'd be drinking the whole time together. And what?
Sure.
I thought you guys hated one another. No, why would you?
Why?
She's
It was
on our
ridiculous.
show. What are you talking about?
You idiots.
Oh, at bottom left, as you can see, she is the queen of G.I. Joe cosplay, although she is not queen of G.I. Joe cosplaying tonight. She's the co-hostess with the co-mostess. She's drinking, so get ready for the swear jar. It's Joe Colton, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday.
Is that the Canadian beer? Because that's more powerful, you know.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is it straight
What
from
is it?
Canada?
It is not.
Okay,
Moose
so
head.
it's not more powerful then, because they weaken the stuff they ship here.
Right, they tone it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wes found it at our local alcohol store because they in Maryland wine and beer are in their own stores, and he's like, look, the beer that your parents get us, and I'm like, okay, it is a little watered down, but it's still
Is it made with real moose? And the answer to that is yes. It is made
They're
with real
tears.
moose,
They're
for
tears.
real moose, by real moose. So the talented moose up there.
It is all moose all the time.
Almost.
And
Almost
then
all the time.
top right, obscured by our logo, so we don't have to see quite as much of him. He's the former head of marketing for G.I. Joe and Hasbro. It's the Hot Show, Mark Weber.
Did you say the forehead? Because kind of true, but I do like. Originally, I thought, yeah, so we're putting the logo on the guy with the biggest melon. That's not really fair, but it will give either the stealthy Derek or the lovely Elizabeth a couple more seconds of anonymity as they hustle down the staircase, invariably at some point, right? So that should be part of the What's on Joe Mind drinking game, right? If you see one of Weber's
How often do the kids go by?
Yeah, pop shot, you bet.
See a Weber offspring, everybody takes a shot.
Yeah, yeah, and if you see Mrs. Weber, which is rare,
you gotta empty the bottle.
Drink the whole box of wine.
Chug
every bit of it. Yep. Just pop a hole in the bag of wine like a Capri Sun,
right,
and go to town.
Get your crazy straws out, ladies and germs.
Yep. As long as they're made of paper and not plastic.
Hey, early comments are putting money on when Joe's going to swear.
They are. I mean, and frankly, whoever's guessing like an hour or a half, you guys are nuts. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
No, I'm going to be really good today.
Famous last words.
What was your?
When you do that, you have to go outside, turn around 3 times, and spit.
Right?
What was your New Year's resolution, Joe?
To not swear as much and to I was
right.
trying to start off with not swearing in the year.
That's
Nightwing number 1, be the leader in the clubhouse at 10 minutes.
I think you got a baby step.
Yeah.
I gave it up for Lent one year.
You got to quit reading comments that I don't have on the screen. We got to let people in on the joke here. Anyways.
Hey, if you need anybody banned from the comments, just let me know.
Right. We'll just we'll turn Weber loose recklessly on the budgets.
My screen will go blank.
Right.
Racktime Rob will get blinked like Thanos was in town.
Oh, wait a minute.
It would be even better if my screen flips off like the Phantom Zone.
Oh, look at this.
Superman movie.
No!
Hey!
I'm not sure if that's spider sense tingling or sensing a disturbance of the force, but either way.
You know, there's a commentary on Joe Colton's swearing.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Not as much.
Those of you who had appearance by Weber children before Joe's first swear, you win.
That's an odd bet, and I don't bet we'll be paying out too much on that one.
If you want to win the big money, though, it's Weber's children cursing as they come down the stairs.
No.
and then you win the showcase showdown, like for sure.
There's
way. Is that a double showcase winner?
That's a good idea, man. I don't know if I ever saw one of those live, but
they get the sirens blaring and all that other stuff. Whoop, 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 whoop.
There's no way your children swear.
I doubt it. You barely swear, so it's
right.
I figure they're afraid that you're going to start whipping them if they do that.
I think I caught Derek said one once in front of me, but he didn't know what it meant. Right? He was he like
6?
And 3. Well, actually, when he was really young, I was pulling. I had quick. I'll make this quick because I know I ramble. I painted his whole room Superman blue. But we had really high ceilings in Arizona, so I had put tape way up on the ceilings, and it didn't work well, and it had bled over. So I'm peeling tape off on a ladder and knowing that I'm going to have to get up there and hand retouch the whole damn ceiling edge. And it's making me mad, and as the tape is popping off, some comes off in a row, and I'm pulling, and I put my hand into the ceiling fan. And I scream, "Hey, Biz, cover your ears." Son of a bitch! And I look down, and there's, I think, 3-year-old Derek looking up at me.
Of course.
Big saucer eyeballs. And he says, son of a bitch. And I'm like, oh, because now it's in there, right? And it's only going to come out at Thanksgiving or in church. So I scooped him up, and I ran him around the house like he was on a jetpack, singing Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo, in a desperate attempt to wipe the hard drive. And it kind of did, because he never said that in front of me. But I knew I had just weaponized the 3-year-old, right?
I think more importantly, he never said that in front of the mighty Nola Weber.
That's true. That's true.
However, the side effect is that these days he is now still blinded by science.
Right? And yeah, that's it. And waiting for Oingo Boingo to tour again.
Right.
So anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Joe cursing.
Yeah, no, we're actually let's go ahead and get to the news. We have a pretty loaded up show tonight. We got a lot to get through.
Let's do it.
And then we got even more to do after the break. So let's go ahead and start with the news. And I'm pulling up my rundown here. Bear with me. I got stuff to read. First news item. IDW is set to lose the G.I. Joe comic book license. From The Hollywood Reporter, who broke the story last night, quote, at the end of 2022, IDW will bid a fond farewell to the publications of G.I. Joe and Transformer comic books and graphic novels, the company said in a statement provided to The Hollywood Reporter. We're exceedingly proud of our stewardship of these titles, 17 years with the Robots in Disguise and 14 years with A Real American Hero, and thank the legions of fans for their unwavering support month in and month out. We're also eternally grateful to every one of the talented creators who helped bring these characters to four-color life through our comics, end quote. The article projects that G.I. Joe will continue through issue 300, with other issues coming over the year to celebrate A Real American Hero's 40th anniversary, including the announced Saturday Morning Adventures miniseries. At this time, there has been no confirmation of which publisher is picking up G.I. Joe and or Transformers licenses, although Skybound has been linked in rumors. So it's official at this point. That is actual news now. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. IDW, unfortunately, finishing up its run. A long era, it'll be 15 years when it's all said and done, of publishing G.I. Joe comics. It's really too bad, but at least it's moving on. It'll likely move on to somebody else. So we're not going to be without G.I. Joe comics for very long, if at all. Mark Weber, you've been backroom for these tawdry sorts of contract exchanges. What's going on there?
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, obviously, and I don't have any inside baseball on it, but sometimes, it's time for a refresh, time for a whole new creative team, whole new set of eyes. And the guys I worked with, which was largely John Barber at IDW, are not there anymore. So I don't have any personal connection to any of these books, other than being a fan of Larry's, right? And a guy who met him once and would send him action figures when I was at Hasbro. So I'm not going to overplay any kind of connection I have. But I think they did right by the brands for a long, long time. When I was on the brand, it was one of my favorite couple days of the year was when they'd come out to us, or we'd sit down with them and just brainstorm, what was coming next. And it was one of those sessions that led to the whole Combiner Wars thing on Transformers, which is probably the best work I ever did in toy, was that year-long Combiner Wars that synced with the IDW comics. And it was incredibly profitable. So that's the thing I point to on the resume is the Combiner Wars part, and the year that was previous to the Thrilling 30 was when Generations lifted from, I think there was only like 14 or 17 SKUs the year before. And then those 2 years that I was responsible for and that IDW partnered with to support in their comics, and we put their comics into the Combiner Wars Deluxe packaging to get their stories into the hands of people who obviously spent money on robots. It was like a 900% lift. in global revenue over those 2 years. And IDW was certainly a part of that. And the very idea sprung from an overall just whiteboard meeting with IDW about where are you guys going with your toys and how can we support it in the comics. And I don't think a lot of people know it, but Phil Jimenez was under contract doing some work for Hasbro. He did the Metroplex box, among other things. And he was the one who started that discussion. He went, I never thought anything was anywhere near, nothing was cooler than combiners. And that started that discussion. And so it's kind of funny that a guy who's best known as a Wonder Woman artist actually had a massive imprint for a little while on Transformers toys. And so I really liked those meetings because I knew I didn't know the business of comics, but I was decades long comic reader. So I spoke their language at least a little bit. And so from jump, IDW treated me great. And when you have a bunch of creatives in a room without much ego getting in the way, that's when you really sometimes get some real magic going. And I loved working with IDW. And I think they had a really good run. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't time for a change. The Transformers books, which I subscribe to, are a little dry, and they have been for a while. So maybe Hasbro felt that too. And I think my lone hope for whoever's going to have it next is that if Larry wants to keep writing Joe, I think Larry should write Joe as long as he wants to. And whether that's a secondary book, I don't call it secondary, but if there's more than one book and one of them is Larry continuing his stories, I think the Joe universe would almost universally love that. So that's my hope.
And that also makes Phil Jimenez the second biggest Wonder Woman fan who's also a fan of robots.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
But Rack Time Rob, you're our comic book guy. You're our comic book expert, if you will. Our senior comic book correspondent. What are your thoughts?
I kind of agree with Mark. I think there were a lot of things that they tried with G.I. Joe. Sometimes it seemed to be, let's throw this against the wall, see if it sticks. No, all right, we gave it 9 issues. Let's move on. And I think that made the overall handling of the license, particularly the last couple of years, a little chaotic, with the exception of Larry's book, which has just kept on chugging and was a pretty consistent numbers for them in the time that they were doing it.
Yeah, I think the abrupt cancellation of Paul Aller's book was a really big missed opportunity. Not that it would have turned the tide, but there was obviously time to get another good full 6-7 issues, maybe let that story run its actual course and come to its logical conclusion.
And that book had been garnering some attention and some critical acclaim.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was getting reflected in the sales numbers quite at that point, but it was getting good press.
Yeah.
And it's rare that even a book that's, might not be lighting the sales charts on fire, typically, if it gets good press, a publisher will do everything it can to keep it going in the hopes that good press pumps up, the numbers.
Right. But let's move on to the next news item. In another situation of broken partnerships, I actually found this while I was looking at the previous story on Hollywood Reporter. But Skydance ends its partnership with Paramount and begins a new deal with Apple. According to the Hollywood Reporter again, Skydance, who co-produced with Paramount the G.I. Joe and Transformers movies, has ended its partnership with Paramount and started a new one with Apple, who appears to be making strides towards getting into the action movie business. Paramount had been partnering with Skydance to produce and finance big-budget action movies for over a decade. All projects currently being produced by the two studios jointly are expected to be completed as planned. Skydance is the holder of the Terminator movie franchise and also solo produced the 2021 Chris Pratt movie, The Tomorrow War, which featured on Amazon due to the pandemic. So that right there, just really more fallout from the partner, Paramount's having a dismal 2021 and getting out of the tentpole movie business. which I guess is certainly tertiary or tangentially related to the tale of G.I. Joe, because Snake Eyes was a big failure for them last year. So more fallout from that. Not so much G.I. Joe news, but G.I. Joe was kind of involved in the cause on that one, so I figured we'd include it here.
Is Hasbro's like potential G.I. Joe film deals, are they with Paramount, or are they with Skydance, who had the partnership with Paramount?
They are with Paramount, from what I understand. I don't think like Paramount's got the Top Gun sequel coming out next year and the Mission Impossible sequel coming out next year, and those were movies that they do with Skydance as well, and those are still coming out under the Paramount umbrella. They're still owned by Paramount. The article did mention that Transformers was still Paramount, so I'm going to guess that G.I. Joe is still there.
Okay.
So
it's not mentioned specifically, but
it'll be fun to watch the Beast Wars movie underperform for Paramount, and and maybe they'll just walk away altogether. That was always when the Joe movie kept getting pushed back. It was supposed to be the launch of hopefully many Hasbro universe franchises, and they would be the thread that tied them all together. But Paramount would only start with Joe, because it was the only one with previous theatrical, at least fiscal success, right?
Yeah.
So, but now that Snake Eyes 3, or Joe 3, the Snake Eyes movie, was such a dismal failure, I'm not sure they want. I mean, Transformers has made so much money; they're not going to stop making Transformer movies. But they've picked. For Beast Wars is such a polarizing thing, right? It'd be like making the 4th G.I. Joe movie about Cobra Law and saying it's going to be great. Well,
yeah,
maybe not. So we'll see. We'll see where it all ends up. But that whole bit, the whole Paramount idea that it would be Joe followed by Mask, followed by Micronauts, and
et cetera.
None of that is ever going to happen.
No,
I don't think. And again, that's no inside knowledge. That's just basic common sense.
Right. It's been 30 years or so since there's been any kind of Mask material published. But I don't understand why they keep getting this spot on the on deck circle.
Well, from what I saw from the early Mask movie treatments, it's a blessing if it doesn't.
Yeah, right.
Made. Like, it was so bad.
Wasn't it teenagers with magic masks?
It was like urban teenagers fighting a drug lord, I think.
Again, magic.
So bad. So
magic
bad.
masks.
So bad. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So bad.
Joe Colton, you look like you have words.
She has them. She just said she wouldn't use them.
Right.
Yeah. She's resolved to speak.
You look like you have words.
I have feelings. But that's it. Oh no, we're not doing that. Not today.
Oh.
No, not yet.
Need more.
Not yet, sir. Has not reached that time.
Remember, Swear Jar is brought to us by our good friends at All the Cool Stuff. Visit them at allthecoolstuff.co.uk.
Put a tuning in there and see what happens.
Tuning.
Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. But I'm not doing it yet.
Okay, just saying. Couple more drinks. I'll have a toque on.
Right.
We'll flash some tunings, and then the truth comes out.
We'll move ahead into the next news item. And that's going to require me to actually get this slideshow going. Yo, it's not going.
Oh no!
Oh!
What are you doing?
StreamYard, you're a butt.
Okay. Is that a curse? Is that no?
No.
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 Not a curse.
No.
And no one's putting money on Mike anyway.
Right?
No, I mean it's a solid bet. I actually was the first person to curse for us on YouTube, but
were you really?
Yeah, I beat you to it.
Ow.
And presto.
All right, there's a winner.
Hey!
There's a winner. There we
Winner,
go.
Chicken dinner.
All right, and this is the next news item.
Doot, 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 doot.
Many of us who put in some pre-orders a little bit ago for the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow O-Ring retro figures received a pleasant surprise this week. As you can see there, this is the email clipped right out of the old mailbox. Thanks for your order on HasbroPulse.com. Remember that awesome thing you pre-ordered from us? See below as a helpful reminder. Blah. Well, good news. It's ready to ship earlier than expected, and that's much earlier than expected. I think the early date on this was June. So, great news there. We should all be able to see this one coming, I would figure, in the next few weeks. You guys in on this one?
Yep.
Yeah, I got mine. My letter, not my figure.
Good. Don't do that.
But I mean,
Pandemonium.
Let's give them a ton of credit here. This is how you do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's something new. You guys are going to love it, but you're going to have to wait till June. Okay.
Yeah.
The community was engaged. We all jumped on. And then, oh, by the way, we're shipping them out in January. Hope that's okay. Like,
Right.
That's exactly how you do it. And I don't know if it was planned to overpromise, to underpromise and then overdeliver, or if the supply chain stuff just shook out and this is available.
Yeah, I think
hysterically early. But however it happened, they deserve a ton of kudos because this is exactly how you should handle that sort of thing. So good for them.
All right. Firefly corrects me a little bit. It's been marked as March 1 for some time now on the order page.
Right.
So possibly even earlier than that. I think it was later than that to begin with, and maybe it quietly came to March 1. I don't know. But still, that's still a good month plus ahead of time. It's only January 21st. So
I think they are being overly conservative on their ship dates because I think they really don't know.
It's
The supply
Scotty's
chain,
law
yeah.
from the
Scotty's
Star Trek
law, yeah.
universe. So, if you need 3 hours to do a project, you tell the captain that you have to have 6, and then when it
And then
comes
you're
in
a
in
miracle
3,
Mhm.
you look like a genius.
That's it. Well done.
Lessons from Star Trek.
Maybe the most important life lesson from Star Trek.
Right?
Right. And number 2, don't date Mud's women. Don't do
No.
that.
Yeah, no, bad plan.
Bad idea.
And be careful drinking the green stuff.
They're kind of clingy.
Blood's women.
Wow.
Mm.
Don't give a tribble for Easter. Bad idea.
Next
Oh,
news
you
item.
do.
Doot, 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 doot.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
Mm.
This is what you're all here to see. It's our. We're going to talk a little bit about Hasbro Pulse's Fan First Friday this morning. Very nice of them to get us on the date as an anniversary episode.
I think they thought of us.
Yeah, sure. I mean, how could you not?
This whole let's move the show to Friday thing is working out perfectly.
And of course, all images shown in this subject going forward are from Hasbro Pulse, be it through Twitter or Facebook or whatever. They're all property of Hasbro Pulse. So just keep that in mind. I'm not cool enough to go cutting this stuff out of video. So, yeah. All right. Puggles says, I'm here for your smiling faces, but okay, toys, why not? You're a liar, Puggles. You're a liar. Don't lie on my show, Puggles.
I don't know if he's lying. Why you gotta be like that?
He's lying. But I know Ed. He's lying. So first up, we will take it in the same order that Lenny and Eric and Emily did on the show today. They did mention first off that as opposed to getting mock-ups and diorama shots and things like that, that we're going to just see some digital renders, and they will fill in the blanks on actual product as it becomes available. So I'm thinking that the lead time on these guys is at least a few months away. So again, it's no big surprise. Some of this stuff we already told you was coming. You've already been waiting 6 months, so no big deal. But first up was Zaymot. and you can see him there in his glory. He's got all of his left hand accoutrements. He's got the scar on his face. He's got his hair parted funny. He doesn't look nearly so happy. We'll kind of just do quick around the horn reflections on this. Joe Colton, what's your thoughts on Zaymot?
I really, really like this figure. I like the updatedness. I like the scar. I like that they didn't cover up the Cobra emblem. They did cover up mostly the brutal chest cut.
Yeah.
So Mark's going to be excited.
Yep.
I like the left-sided pauldron and the gauntlet that he's got on. The colors are really nice. They're very subdued, but they work, and it doesn't look insane. So, yeah, I'm actually thinking of making a costume of this.
Or more insane, anyway, because let's face it, this is already pretty insane.
It's already, a little wacky.
This is circus time right here.
I don't know.
And Mark Weber, I would ask your opinion, but I'd rather have it on Tomax.
Well, the one thing I really like, is that the faces are different, right? Same guy, but totally different expression. So I'm digging on that. I'm digging that the chest cut is largely obscured, which is always a bonus. I mean, and who's not a fan of a fanged cod piece? I know I am.
Right.
So,
I was trying not to mention that.
I got
but
two
I
of them.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the Cobra mouth on his crotch.
It shows he has no fear, really. So
yeah.
And I saw some of the complaints online are, well, if you were just gonna size up the old 3 3/4, why bother? I get it, but as many people were arguing in the past about how it wasn't faithful enough to the original. So
yeah,
you kind of can't win, can't lose. For these guys, this is their iconic look, and you can redo this as with these guys coming out single packed, which is what we expect. You've got the easiest double pack in the world later on when you crimson them up, right? So these are great. The one thing I hope they include, and I think there was any confirmation, because we don't see any accessories here, right?
Right.
But one of these guys has got to come with that the skyhook thing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Or both of them will come with a piece.
Right.
One,
so you have to get both.
One has the hook and the other one has
the string.
Right? Yeah. So, and I'd be fine if they actually did that, right? But it's just a throw-in piece, and it didn't even really work that well. But it's iconic because there was not really much like it ever. So let's make sure you include that. And beyond that, I think these guys are great. There's nothing wrong with these, unless you were just dying for them to be something totally new. And if they'd done something totally new, even if it was great, you'd still have at least a third of the fan base going, "Oh my God, where's the sash?" So these are great, very, very well done.
They kind of look like an evil Tom Cruise.
A little bit, except for they don't have a middle.
No Tom Cruise.
They don't have a middle tooth, so
they don't have a middle tooth, and they're full size, normal size human beings.
Well, and if they were under an item count crunch, and I don't know if they are, I don't even know if that's still an important thing at Hasbro. But I think everything that makes these guys different, other than the head, is a secondary piece. Is something that can be added on. So it's one basic body that you twist with the different pieces and the new head, and there you go. So it still would have counted as an original new sculpt item under the old rules, if that's what they're playing under. But the tooling is a big save on these two. This is only costing like 1 1/4 figures, not 2 full. So good for them.
Yeah, I think that's how they pulled that trick off in the 25th anniversary. Is just
yeah.
The
one, and this is a small complaint, and they couldn't have done it differently. But when I was working at McFarlane Toys, we had the same trouble where the neck connects to the torso. It just never looks natural when it's a skin to skin transition. So it's always better if you can have like a shirt end at the top of the torso and then the neck piece starts. But that's not what these guys look like. So I get it. I know it couldn't have been done differently, but it's a lot more visible to me on a 6-inch figure than it was on a 3 3/4 person.
And then, of course,
somebody's saying the scar is on the wrong side for Zaymon.
Is it?
I'll look it up.
I ain't worried about it.
But it's a digital mock-up, so they can still fix it. And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with us showing this first, because it means they can come back with the first actual images later. We did that at McFarlane all the time, trying to squeeze as many news releases out of a figure as possible, because we were doing daily updates on the message boards. So we had to get every little bit out. So there's nothing wrong with the digital render being first out of the chute.
No, not at all. We're saying that the scar's on the wrong side of a head that doesn't physically exist in space yet. So it's a real easy fix if they decide to do it. And if not, whatever. It's 30 years later. It's plastic surgery covered the old one, but then he went and slid and cut himself on the can opener.
Or just get it right.
Right.
If you manage the brand.
I don't know. I think you're asking a little much there.
I don't think so at all. Like, I don't think we can file that under bitter web. Like, yeah.
But then rounding out this wave, surprising everyone in the room. No, it didn't surprise anyone in the room. We told you already. Anyway, Stalker. Looks great. Love it. Supposedly that beret is going to come off of there. And be removable. He's going to have all kinds of weapons. He's probably going to have his iconic gun from his first release, which I don't think is a real gun, so I wasn't really hung up on that one anyway. But his colors are a little dark, but they're definitely playing into this covert ops. I'm an honest to goodness Army Ranger kind of look for Stalker, and it's pretty cool. What do you think, Joe Colton?
I love his face sculpt. Like, that look is like, you would not want to mess with that guy.
No.
If you saw him. I like the scarf that they've got on. I kind of wish it was like maybe a slightly different color, so it would like maybe a little bit of a pop.
He may be.
He might be,
end.
right.
Yeah.
It's just a mock-up, but definitely in for this one and have been waiting for it. And I'm very excited that they proved us right that we called this. So I'm good.
I mean, nobody's surprised by that anymore. Nobody. Rack time, Rob. What do you think here?
All right, question. Just going back to Zaymot, the scar was on the left cheek, right?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, on the mock-up that they had. If it's on the left cheek, that is correct. But
okay.
Good.
All right.
So they are right.
And you've got it on one side. McDowell's got your back. So there you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I looked at our friend Carson's website.
You mean 3djoes.com?
Yeah.
That is right.
Right.
All right.
But yeah, Stalker is great. I'm like I said, the colors look a little dark, but I imagine that's just from the digital rendering.
It looks like the pants have a bit of camo on them. I don't know if the top, because I can't tell, but
and somebody said it in the live chat too. I think being on that bright blue background probably isn't helping.
Yeah.
Like it's blowing it out a little bit.
Yeah, like I meant, if you don't like that scarf piece, yeah, you can take it off. You know.
I'm sure it's one of those plastic ones where you can wrap it.
Yeah, and these things always look better in hand than they do in digital rendering. So I'm looking forward to Stalker a lot. He's high on the must-have list. So and that face sculpt, he's seen some stuff.
Yeah,
he's got some experience behind him, and yeah.
He looks like he's in like hour 2 of AEW Dynamite. He's just like,
you got to stop, man. You got to stop.
Why?
It's a good show.
The Best Friends just came out, and Stalker's like, oh.
They wouldn't be second hour anyway. Forget them.
These guys.
That's first hour fodder right there.
Best Friends.
Yeah, first hour fodder.
I don't know either, Joe.
It's a weekly thing.
They come to the ring in a minivan, man. What's not to love?
Yeah, Stalker's just got that look on his face like, you keep hitting me, I'm just going to keep coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stalker's been a top 5 guy for me since he showed up, right? He was the first Joe I ever had. I've been waiting for this guy for a while now. I'm thrilled he's finally making his way down the ramp. But so I anticipate this will be a personal favorite in the line going forward.
I'm glad they finally have a real Ranger on the Joe team.
You stop. You're out. Next up was the retro classified line, the Walmart exclusive line. As we've got the Baroness on the card. We knew she was coming. Thanks to the folks at His Tank breaking that one for us.
I'm sure you were planning to ban the Nazi guy. Nazi 1944. I've heard that can happen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But
I do.
Rob does.
Rob knows, yeah. But this is apparently, according to the show today, is just a redo of the Baroness that came with the coil cycle. They've done it's going to be all black. Just some of it's going to be shiny and some of it's going to be matte. There's not going to be any paint apps on the black here, so it'll be a little different in that regard. So it's something for you to buy if you're just absolutely must have the Baroness on a card. It'll be a little different for you. Your thoughts now that we've got something to see. Joe Colton, let's start with you because you're a Baroness cosplayer, as it seems like most female Joe cosplayers are.
Yes. So I got 2 of the version on the cycle, so I like it. I like that it is very, I don't know, like her lipstick is very piercing. That's a word. You like focus right in on her face. So I like the armor. I like that they got the armor right, her leg armor. There's nothing I don't like about this figure. So
all right. And apparently there's going to be a big surprise with the packaging on these figures, so keep an eye out for that.
I mean,
that'll be fun to see. If those guys are making a big deal about packaging and card art, then it'll be fun, I'm sure.
I mean, it's got to be on a card with the original art, right? That's what it is.
They were talking about it would be big too, so it may be a big card.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just her face.
We'll see. They did say that it was a different like deco of the face, so it should look a little different visually, I guess. So.
And that would be consistent with the next figure, which is Lady J, who we also knew was coming from the leak at His Tank last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. New head there, going to be some different gear apparently. She's surprisingly enough, they didn't go Sunbow for this one. They went the other direction. They went entirely comic book on this one, or 85 figure on this one, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Maybe I wasn't expecting this version.
Maybe they're honoring their deal with Super 7.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I kind of think if they're going with what we think it is, where you're going to have the retro card art, they would want to have the figure match up.
That makes sense.
So you don't get classic 82 Snake Eyes, and then they're selling you the the Pursuit of Cobra figure.
Makes sense.
I mean, Lady J was a good figure from Jump originally, but the common complaint, and I thought it was valid, was that the face sculpt was kind of garbage.
Yeah.
So they talked about how this has 80s style makeup on. Well, cool, but I mean, the saying is that's lipstick on a pig, right? So legitimately, if the head sculpt was bad, it's still bad no matter how you paint it. So we'll see.
So quick question from the crowd. Where is it confirmed these are Walmart exclusives? The retro classified line is a Walmart exclusive. That was announced some time ago. It's going to be replacing the 4-inch retro line that was there last year. Walmart picked up these retro classified 6-inch cardback figures. They were found in Walmart's system. So I don't think it was actually mentioned on the broadcast today. So there is that. If you weren't plugged into that news then, you might not have heard that now. And you never know. Maybe that was wrong in the first place. Maybe they just found the Walmart listings in advance and they haven't popped up anywhere else. Who knows? But Walmart's listings did list them as exclusives, and that's where we got that from. So, anyways, we'll move forward. We took a break from classified at that point, and we changed gears over to the O-Ring line, which is a Hasbro the Hasbro Pulse exclusives. And first up was this 2-pack with a Cobra Officer and a Cobra Trooper. And Mark Weber, what you think here?
I mean, they look great, and these guys are highly in demand, always have been. So the idea, the basic idea, is very solid. But my own personal bias is, if your officers equal your troopers 1-to-1, then they're more like personal valets or chauffeurs, right? The officer is responsible for one troop.
Yes.
And I get that they're doing 2-packs, but for me, I always want to have, when I troop build, and I try to troop build any Cobra like rank and file, I want 3 guys. And then if there's a leader or the Night Creeper leader or the whatever, I only need 1 of those guys. So I need 1 officer for every 3 Cobras. So while I like this, and I think it's great, and I'll definitely be in for a couple of them, if they had also a Cobra Trooper 2-pack, I think it wouldn't cost them any more development, and I think they'd sell a ton of those as well.
I'm sure that Trooper's coming again somewhere down the line, though.
Probably, but like when I had Combiner Wars sitting and as an idea for Transformers, and I had a couple other ideas first. I wrestled with it for a bit, and I went, you know what? Who knows who's on the team in 2 years, right? It wasn't me. So if you have something that's going to work, do it now. Don't sit on it. Don't wait, because it may never see the light of day. So I like the basic concept, and it's great, and I'll be down for some of them. But one of the things I worked on when I was on Joe was not to put the Heat Viper with Blowtorch anymore. Right? I wanted to put the Iron Grenadier with the Cobra Viper. So you could buy a bunch of that 2-pack and not have spare parts to trade away or give away or let rot in a box. And here, I've never thought that 1 officer should equal 1 trooper, and that's sort of what you're forced to buy into here.
I think what you should have learned there was never to put anything with Blowtorch.
It was funny, man. You remember you were in the crowd when I dropped that line about next year's Joes, and I'm like, wait till I show you Blowtorch. And the crowd was like, oh my God, he's so toned down. He's just like all the rest.
I believe that was where I started to cackle.
Right?
I think that may have ultimately been where the plans were laid to make you a host of this show.
Right, but I did give you guys a Blowtorch. I gave you the green one nobody had.
Right.
With the Crockmaster, nobody had it. It's so great. So
on your crossword puzzle that you did the next year, could one of those things fit Blowtorch?
Oh, probably. Maybe. I was thinking rock and roll, but it's not quite. Like there was one where rock and roll would have fit, but it wasn't him. And I was sure fans were going to go nuts for it, right? Like, ooh, we're finally getting that version 2 rock and roll. No, you're not.
You're out.
Though I did have him eventually. I had him planned, and you guys just missed it. That's why he went to the club. But I digress.
Tell us how you really feel.
Pretty good. This year, really good, actually. But it could have been just a little bit better. Because later on, you'll see that they 3-packed 2 troopers with an officer.
Hey. Don't jump the reveals here.
Just saying.
But we weren't quite done with O-rings yet, and I think this is one of the understated gems of the morning session. That Cobra Commander 2-pack is a lot of fun. I like that both figures are different than the original versions, but not so different that you can't tell who they are. Like the details on that Cobra Commander are different. He's got the thing on his head like in the Sunbow cartoon. I like that Duke's got his red palettes on his shirt, and he's got the brown colored bandolier like the Sunbow cartoon had. I dig this pack. This was really one of the highlights of the entire show for me.
So I know Diana's going to kill me for this, but I don't like his face.
You're wrong. That's Smiley Duke from 1984.
That's the original Duke face.
I know, but his like he's got like creepy eyebrows. I can't handle that.
He's got creepy eyebrows. That's part of Duke. That's a St. Louis thing.
Perhaps he has a head injury. And
probably.
Perhaps he has a concussion. Yes.
He is probably concussed. Yes.
Yes.
His eyebrows are probably normal, but he's stunned. So it's like.
Other than that, I love both figures.
Does Duke come with attachable Tweety birds circling his head?
How dare I'm so sorry. I knew you were gonna get mad.
Give it to her. Give it to her, Diana.
Yeah.
Give her the
For the
business.
record, the production team loves that figure. Absolutely adores it. I'm going to buy a dozen.
I'm going to get him.
I'm
However,
going to have as many of those as I've got beachheads. That's how much
his
I love
little beady eyes and his weird eyebrows will
Good.
freak me out
Just-
to no end.
We hand her a shovel to fill in the hole, and she just keeps digging.
digging.
Are we going to talk about Cobra Commander's Mo Howard helmet?
No. It's
It's
great.
a little on the big side, but I'm
And a
actually
little-
I'm okay
short.
with.
A little
His-
short too, yes.
Yeah, his
He might
face
just have a
shield is
squat head.
quite wide.
He might just have a squat head.
Nah, that looks like it's a helmet for me.
Again, digital rendering. Maybe you are the Cobra Commander, Mark.
You never know, would you? If I was, you have to call me my dear Cobra Commander.
My dear Cobra Commander.
There we go.
You got to get right up on the microphone. For
I'm
that.
not-
Oh,
I'm not
Eat
digging.
it.
I'm
Eat
not
that
digging
mic.
the head on Cobra Commander. Needs work.
How dare you? He
I'm-
looks adorable.
Yeah, because he looks like a plushie doll in the head.
Look,
It
it's
might just
also
be the
it's
digital
also a
render.
digital render too. So I'm not putting too much stock in it until it's in hand.
Did you want a longer helmet that like flares out
Yeah.
a little bit more?
Not one that stops, not above
By his
the
ears?
earlobe. Above the earlobe.
No, I don't think it's above the earlobe. I think it's at the earlobe.
Wow.
And this is the point that I would make too, is that when it has to fit over his head, it needs
Right.
to be bigger than a normal head.
I get it.
Otherwise, your
Domain.
ears, because I've worn helmets where they just fucking slide over your ears.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
There we go.
There we go.
Just
All right, who had
squeeze your
50
head.
for 10?
52 minutes. 52 minutes is where we got it.
I almost made an hour.
Almost.
Remember
Yeah,
to
this
visit the swear jar on our coffee page down below. You'll find it in the description.
It doesn't look like a helmet. It looks like a hat
Ah,
on top of his helmet. What, I'm wrong?
I feel
You
like you're
disagreeing with
complaining.
me?
Yes, we are.
Fine. You know what? In every classic horror movie, there's a lone dog in the street barking, and that's me. So you guys go ahead and get eaten by the mummy. But I'm the guy who said this looks rotten from the neck up.
Listen,
Let's
you
hope
guys
it's-
judged me for the creepy, beady-eyed, eyebrowed Duke, so
I
I'm retaliating against your weird obsession with the helmet.
I'm just saying. I didn't disagree with you about beady-eyed dude, right?
They wanted to figure out how big a helmeted head would be, so they took the measurements of the cast of What's on Joe Mind,
An
then
average
Not
decided
my
that-
head.
decided that a normal head could fit inside that head, and there we
And
go.
then made it bigger.
Fix the helmet,
Right.
boys. Fix the helmet. Maybe mirror the silver. That'd be nice.
I'm so sorry, Diana. I
Yeah,
really
look,
do like Duke.
I'm in favor of Duke as the winner of this 2-pack, but I don't think that Cobra Commander's too bad. I do think that helmet could stand a little bit of a touch up, maybe bring those ears around a little bit further. But
Yeah.
I think
Past
if it
that.
came in over just a tad forward, like the helmet part,
Mhm.
and made that face shield a little bit narrower and a little lower, Mark
Yeah.
would be happy.
Cobra Commander's a win from the neck down. Most of it's great, but yeah, we got to work on that head.
it's literally the original helmet with new paint apps. Well, maybe. I would
Does
think.
anyone
It looks
have
a
a hand?
little different than the original, but it's pretty close.
Wait, now how does he know? How does he know that?
I don't know. I don't know either.
Maybe
right?
he's looking.
They
Maybe
ran
he
the
looked at
digital.
3D Joe's.
They ran the digital render by you. Come on.
You don't know? Why are you judging?
You notice when I say something like that, I start with "I have no inside knowledge," right? So unless he's better dialed in,
Yeah.
you don't know that.
If it's the original head, I hope they fix the original head. It looks like it could be the original head, but
I
again,
I don't know about
I'm
that.
not
I think
averse.
it's
I'm not
fine.
averse to them. I'm not averse to them using this retro line to fix some of the problems of years gone by. Right?
Right.
I suppose.
I think this is just how the digital render is, and it's probably going to be something like the original head.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
Moving forward, we're back into retro classified, and we have what will be affectionately referred to as eyebrows Destro.
Yeah, I don't.
There was a big discussion on the physics of Destro's eyebrows in the cartoon, but But
So I like
There-
this figure, but I'm done with Destro. Like, you've already perfected the 6-inch figure. Like,
yeah, I mean, this one doesn't have quite as
no oomph.
I don't know. I mean,
What was that?
Yeah,
Can you spell it? Joe, can you spell that? Oof.
oof. But yeah, I think you're right. It's not different enough from Wave 1,
Yeah.
and Wave 1 was really good.
Yeah.
Like that was the standout of that opening offering of the line, the classified line. So
Mhm.
I mean, the draw here is you've got a different head that's a little bit closer to what we saw in the classic animation. But yeah, it's just kind of there. Out of the retro classified foursome, that the first wave, it's definitely in fourth place.
Yeah.
This, I think Destro's here just because he was maybe the toughest one to track down out of that first wave, and they never did a reissue or recolor. So this is it. If you missed out on Destro, here he is.
They used his body for barbecue. Get a barbecue and a Sharpie.
And it feels now maybe they're honoring. I can't, be rude of me to say they should have sunbowed it up if I think that should be what Super 7 bought and paid for. But you could have made the eyes green, right?
Mm.
That'd be cool. That was always kind of a striking bit of the cartoonist Destro. But I think this one doesn't stand out because the first one was really damn good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. And the Baroness, the first one was really damn good, but that was harder to find and cost more to acquire. So.
And they'll be doing something tangibly different with that figure. Like that, I think that from what they were saying, that Baroness figure is going to look substantially different than the one that was released originally.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just going straight black with no paint apps. And some of it's matte, some of it's shiny, but whereas with the old one, they did details and highlights and things like that to get that texturing. Mm-hmm. So the Baroness will be a little bit different. I don't know what's going to be different about this guy.
I think they toned down some of the color apps, and of course, eyebrows. And it looks like, at least and this might be just a digital render. He had that thigh pack in the front that was red. Now that's black.
Yeah,
but that might just be a miscolor. It was the same color as the holster. But yeah, like I said, this is just the reissue that they never did with Destro.
Draw on my angry eyebrows. But then moving forward, come on.
You can do it.
You can do it, computer. Come on. I'll give you an oat cookie.
Go to the DOS prompt.
There we go.
Ah!
Don't go back.
We skipped. There we are.
All of a sudden, I'm not the spoiler.
There we go. We already spoiled it anyway.
Hey.
I mean, we've already spoiled a bit.
I spoiled the news we broke last June.
Yeah, we've already spoiled quite a bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me for spoiling stuff. We don't do that here.
Whoa. But anyways, you saw this guy in the preview image, but that's Gung Ho in his festive jungle recon outfit from 1983. They still don't have that tattoo right, but at least they got the color on it right. But he's got his familiar blue and green togs on. Looks like they did the hat right this time. That hat has points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Too small, but
no, I mean, yeah, but it works. Firefly points out what I was about to point out in exactly the same words. In fact, the glorious mustache. He is sporting a 10 on the facial hair scale. Yeah. And we don't know what accessories he's going to have. I'm going to guess he's going to have something close to his original grenade launcher because they left the grenades on his leg. Mm-hmm. It would be dumb not to do that.
Probably a pistol and a knife too.
Yeah, but
he's got a holster and a sheath.
This is very much an improvement, even though it is a step backward. I didn't mind the color change from the original so much as just the weirdness of the design of the lasers and all that stuff that Gung Ho is carrying on that first figure. But it's definitely an improvement over that Gung Ho. Do I get an agreement on that one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
What, did they put a Marine hat on the Marine?
Yeah, I mean, step back now.
Yeah.
But taking that element out of things, even past that, the just no weird armor pads on an open vest, and
So weird. Yeah.
yeah. And then that tattoo in black just didn't look right.
Yeah.
Still isn't perfect. I understand if it's something with the Marine Corps where they can't use that image anymore. And that's but at least they got the color right, so that if you don't stare at it too close, this looks like it's the right one a little bit more, a little closer.
It's definitely an improvement. Definitely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
This is the one out of the 4 of these, retros. This is the one I'm buying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think you're not alone in that one.
Yeah. I liked Gung Ho last time because it was different, but I know they were going for a certain aesthetic, updating. But yeah, this is the new Gung Ho on the shelf when he comes out.
I didn't mind the update to Gung Ho. I was totally fine with most of the colors and the stuff.
Yeah.
It was just the triple mistake on the tattoo, not doing a shirt. You can't get the EGA, not making it blue and then making it vaguely Aryan. Like, it's so problematic. So this if they're not allowed to do it and the sculpt was already shirtless, this is the best thing they could have done. So I give them credit for changing it, for hearing the complaints, and for fixing the hat, because the hat was just unforgivable on a lot of levels.
The Joe team has done a lot of pivots to correct things on the fly on this line in a short amount of time.
Yeah,
they really have.
It seems like they're listening, and they're obviously open to feedback. It'd be better if some of this stuff wasn't missed in the first place. But the ability to and willingness to pivot and make fixes is certainly admirable, and they deserve some credit for that.
Yes. And then, of course, the one that we were still guessing on a little bit after our reveals in August. We hadn't heard a whole lot about it, but there it is. And technically, it's one we got wrong because we had it as a 2-pack. We had it as a 2-pack, but here it is. It is the Viper and Officer 3-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another highlight. I guess if you're not one of those people that went out and scavenged Vipers at the Target or bought them on eBay for $100 a piece, finally your prayers have been answered.
Right.
And you can go ahead and amass your classified
You
your
too have
G.I.
a
Joe
chance.
classified Cobra Army.
You too have a chance.
Yeah. Joe Colton, you're struggling for some Viper head count. How do you feel about this?
I'm excited. I am excited that there is another chance, and you too can have one.
I can have 3.
See, I can make a joke now, but during the time, not so funny. I was mad.
There was some teeth grinding going on there.
Angry Joe.
Sometimes that's the best Joe, though.
I don't know about that.
Show-wise, sometimes, yeah.
But now it's Happy Joe. And it sounded like they were going to have like even more accessories than the stuff that the originals came with.
Mm.
So they might have like extra weapons like rocket launchers and
stop advertising it.
But why do they have goggles if they have faceplates? That's an answer we've been searching for since 1986, but it doesn't look right when they don't have it. So.
Exactly. They look weird if they don't have them.
So weird.
And they're removable if you're a stickler. So
yeah, it's just it is dumb, but whatever. It's just there at this point. We're not getting rid of it.
Try having them without the goggles. It is weird and unnatural, and then you're like, nope, can't do this. Put it back on.
It's like Superman without the red underwear.
Yeah,
it's weird, but if he doesn't have it, he doesn't look right.
Well, and maybe this is an item count issue, but it's my lone complaint because I think this is otherwise great. Those thighs were a massive mistake originally. So unless they couldn't do it from item count or tooling, the fact that the padding goes down the outside to the top of the thigh and then takes over on the middle and goes down to the top of or to the knee, basically, was a mistake from jump, and still there. Same mold, still there, still looks terrible, but
It is. It's a weird flaw in an otherwise really good figure.
Yeah, it's the one thing, but it's. I mean, and it's not blatant. It's not like the Cobra logo's upside down, or one of the goggles isn't painted or whatever. But once you see it, you can't not see it. And if they could have fixed that, I wish they would have.
David Warren Hernandez asks, why not include a Mercer head sculpt? Because Mercer sucks.
Mercer's in jail.
Mercer's rotting in a jail cell, as he should be.
You can probably find a Punisher Marvel Legends and do a head swap and send it to Mike.
That would make it a double suck, because the Punisher also sucks.
Hey, Mark.
What? Yeah.
That's not a mistake. I'm looking at the figure.
The original Viper?
Yeah, it had padding on the inside of the leg.
Okay, but not on the outside.
It did have it on the outside, but interrupted by the pockets, just like that leg is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It changed my whole world. It's like the whole ninjutsu thing from last week.
I didn't think that was a mistake. I had to go back and look. I was like, no, that's.
I'm digging here. Sometimes it's hard to find exactly what you're looking for.
All right.
So anyway, I'm looking for it.
As we all take a break as Mark searches 3D Joes.
No, you guys can move along. I'm.
That's why when you first mentioned it, like
I was hoping you guys would talk long enough for me to get a swallow of beer. Sorry.
So here, I'll get you, Mike. So when you first mentioned it, Mark, I was like, I'm pretty sure it was on the outside and the inside, and the pocket was in the way. And you're like, no. I'm like, okay.
Now the way that they have it on the thigh cut, on the figure makes it look like they inverted it. But then think about it: if they inverted it, you'd have pockets on the insides of your legs.
Right.
So, what's wrong with that? No, hang on.
It's
I should have gone to 3D Joe's originally, right? But I went to Google.
You would think so, yes. 3D
Why
Joe's.
go to Google?
Your repository for all knowledge on the G.I. Joe toy
it's on
line,
the
1982 1994.
Inside and the outside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. Is it on the outside the whole way down here? I don't think so.
It's interrupted by the pocket
and the knee joint.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
and then they have a little bit, and then it's the boot.
Yeah,
we'll take that as a discussion point that we can all evaluate after the show.
No, we just proved me right.
Why? We're here to discuss details.
We're discussing leg padding. I mean,
which is
like
important.
The moment is past. That figure's been out for a year and a half.
Doesn't matter.
No, just a year.
Rack time, Rob.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a winner out of the 10 offerings that were shown to us today, what would it be?
I am looking forward to Stalker and the surprise new Gung Ho.
All right, so you've decided to eschew the rules already.
Yes.
And pick 2 winners.
Yep.
All right, Joe Colton.
I may not be back next week. What do I care?
No, Mark's off next week, so you got to be here.
Oh, hey, 5 times.
It's okay.
5 times.
It's okay, Rob. I was going to do the same thing. So I'm super excited for Zaymont. And
but
also,
not Tomax.
I hate Tomax,
knows what he
but
did.
Love Zaymont.
Okay. And then Stalker. Super excited.
Mark Weber, now that Padgate has been
resolved.
Well, I mean, almost resolved. Can you pop that image up for me?
Oh my God!
And kudos to his tank, because obviously we give credit to where we borrow images from. I'm not seeing a whole lot of that red padding on the outside of the thigh.
Yeah,
because there's a pocket.
There's a pocket.
The pocket doesn't go down to his calf.
No, but see, do you see the ridges?
But the knee joint is there.
Yeah, and then on the knee joint on the bottom, you see ridges. They just haven't painted it. Look closely, old man.
Oh, you can't tell me that's padding below the holster.
It's the
and
same.
Above the knee joint.
It's the same design as above his pocket.
No, it's not.
Oh my God.
All right, moving on.
Put on the glasses.
So
anyway,
Mark says no to the Viper.
Yeah.
Mark says no Viper, but Mark, if you're going to pick a winner,
Because
You're
the
gonna pick
damn
a
pattern
winner.
is as bad as it always has. Okay, it's Stalker by far. Like he's
We all
great.
picked
And
two. So who's your second?
I think
no, not
Stalker's just understood.
Stalker, yeah.
So who's your other winner besides Stalker?
Yeah, Tomac Zema. Like they're the same guy basically, right? But a lot of what they've done is very, very creative, but it's rehashing stuff they've already done, right? I like the new stuff. Tomac Zema, very good. I like the new stuff. So Stalker, Tomac Zema, great.
Mike?
And I'm gonna mine is Stalker, of course, all the way. And what's on Joe Mine's Civil War is breaking out.
Right?
See where it is. More Marcus forming a splinter cell,
Right?
and I remain completely disengaged. Just don't care.
Mike
But-
is Delaware.
Look, I zoomed in.
Oh
You
my
can really
God.
tell the
No,
difference
I'm not
now.
putting it up again. It's not happening.
No. Wait.
No.
You win.
No.
You win, Mark. You win.
Of course I
Fine.
win because I'm right.
Oh my God. Sure.
I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. Zoom in and check out all the majesty.
No. There's
Who's
knee
getting
joint.
buried in the frame?
So I got banned. So I got
Joint.
I got banned for pubbing up Mike's second favorite Ranger. And then I'm trying to spread the truth, and I'm being held down like a massive conspiracy.
And you hate Cobra Commander's helmet.
I hate this Mo Howard haircut helmet.
Because if I was going to pick another
Who's
winner,
got
it
the
would be
Pete
that.
Rose?
It would be that Duke and Cobra Commander 2-pack.
Ah,
Granted,
beady-eyed.
it's mostly on the strength of Duke, which means Joe Colton is insulted instead
No,
of it's the Weber. But
No, they're saving us money because Joe and I are going to split that 2-pack.
there you go.
He gets Cobra Commander, I get Duke. Look at that. Oh, it's the same padding under the pocket. No, it's not.
We never said that. I'm just saying they don't do the pocket because of the knee joint and the pocket.
The what?
The pocket.
They don't do the what?
That
They
doesn't
don't do
make
the
sense.
padding because of the pocket. If you look at the original figure, the padding doesn't go past. It's interrupted by the pocket, and then it does continue below the knee.
And then they finish it.
Meanwhile, Puggles is here to tell us the news that we already told you.
Yeah.
Good job, Ed. Good job.
Thank you, Ed.
You're only 6 months late, Ed.
Poor
Hey,
Ed.
I like Ed. You leave
Welcome
him.
to the party.
I like
Welcome
Ed
to
too, but that's why Ed gets abused.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Way to be there, Ed. Thanks for liking and subscribing.
What
Watch
side
the
are
subscribers
you
go down
on
by
on
one.
Padding Gate?
Yeah.
It was
Where do
like
we come
this
down on the great
original
pad
figure.
debate?
Jesus. Hang on. Double click to zoom because 3D Joe's rocks, right? Man, it was like this on the original figure. What? It feels like I'm taking crazy pills. Look at this.
I'm not saying it
Really?
was. I'm
You
saying
know,
I'm basically. You're
I'm talking
custom-
about Matt Rubin, who usually makes sense. It was like this on the original
Look,
figure.
it goes
Really?
below the pocket.
Look at all the padding below the pocket.
Mike, how many viewers have we lost in the last 10 minutes?
We've actually picked up 2.
Yeah, because the truth is not out there. The truth is right here. Jesus. How many beers are you guys drinking that this isn't making sense?
Mark,
Look.
it gets interrupted by the pocket.
Not on the original figure. Right?
Oh,
It's right there.
I think
There's a pocket.
There's padding under the pocket above the knee.
Yes.
Yes, and now there isn't. That's all I'm saying, and you guys are disputing this.
But you would be saying that padding on the inside of the leg was never there and should have been on the outside.
I'm saying it doesn't. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the outside of the thigh.
Yeah, well, on the outside of the thigh, I'm pretty sure they can't do it because of the knee joint.
And do you see the bubbling on the bottom above the boot?
What's
Same
the
bubbling.
point? What's the point of the padding on the upper thigh if you're not continuing it on the bottom?
Well, there's a pocket and
These are crazy
nipples.
criminal terrorists. What makes sense? They're wearing goggles on their helmets with the full face plate.
With
You think
well-
they care about the padding?
They have very well protected hips, I guess. And they're
They
diving
have a
sideways.
drop holster over their pockets.
Now back to what's on your mind?
Okay.
That's the cue to move on. So I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
Right? The dogs bark, but the caravan moves on.
Padding
My
Gate
goodness.
2022.
Man,
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, we all wanted
look,
fireworks for the big 200th episode.
Look
I'm
what you've
throwing
done.
the fires in the trash.
Look what you've done.
come along with me, David.
All of you. Look at you. Look what you've done.
Right? There's the
Dave,
people.
don't do it.
There's the people with me, and then there's everybody that's wrong.
Throw all your redheads in the trash.
Right? Really, nothing's changed, but usually you guys are on the smart island with me. But
Oh,
it's a free world. Go rogue.
oh, man.
I need to make a t-shirt that says Padding Gate 2022.
We'll add it to the other T-shirt designs that you haven't sent me.
That's right.
We'll just put it right on the list. Yeah, 200 episodes was a good run. Yeah, it was.
Longer
Blaze
than
of
most.
glory, baby.
I mean, we're well past 300 episodes if you figure in special editions and one-shots and mail call and all the other stuff that we've done over the years. We're probably closer to 350 episodes. It's just the 200th regular episode, or, so that's where that comes from. So that's why we didn't make a huge deal out of it. And it just kind of worked out that the contest was going to work out. And then Fan First Friday shows up on the same day. So like everybody else made this a bigger deal than I was going to do. I feel it's very cosmic and that somebody out there might actually like us.
Somebody.
And if you do actually like us, please go down, like our channel, subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it wherever you go, because I'm sure everyone will be riveted by pad discussion for 10 minutes.
Grown people screaming at each other over pads.
We're talking adult people in their 40s talking about the leg pads on action figures.
I feel so guilty now.
My husband is probably like, yes, you're in good company, you crazy woman.
Yeah. I mean, he's screaming at people right now playing a video game, so he doesn't have any room to talk.
Yeah, but it's
He has
different.
no room to talk.
Well, it's different when I do it. He's
It
like,
is not.
you're arguing about action figures.
Whatever.
He's
He gets
probably,
nothing.
he
He gets
he's
no
getting,
quarter on that.
He's getting killed in Far Cry and just going, if only I had more leg padding.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
If
On the
only.
outside of my leg.
Jesus,
Yeah.
we have a giveaway to do.
He's yelling up the stairs right now. Joe, Noob Mouser just called me a dickhead again.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
So, anyways, it's time. We got some junk to give away.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo!
It's the What's on Joe Mind 200th regular episode contest and giveaway sponsored by Kokomo Toys. Answers.
Oh.
First question was, which episode was the only one in 2021 that didn't feature me? The answer to that is 176. The second, which very popular episode featured longtime friend of the program and G.I. Joe role-playing game writer Ryan Costello? That was 183. Third question, what's the name of the pet that belongs to Ritello, Carson Metaxas' original character spotlighted in episode 174? And this is where things got a little crazy.
Oh, no.
Wound up being a trick question that I didn't intend to be a trick question, but it turned into one because people got lazy. On the show, on episode 174, the pigeon's name was CP for carrier pigeon. But since apparently some bad advice got out there about checking 3D Joes, I decided to accept the answer that was there, which was the updated Homer. So we took both, even though I probably shouldn't have.
Oh.
You all owe me one. Number 4, who's the main enemy of Call Sign Longbow spotlighted in episode 171? And now this is the opposite way. Everybody was working entirely too hard on this one. I was just looking for the USSR or the Soviets or something like that, something really generic. There were people who were just digging, like they were going, like going way deep, finding the names of individual characters or individual factions within the Soviet army. Or it's okay, man. Just it's the Soviets. It's USSR. That's good.
Ruskies.
Keep it simple.
So we took a lot of different answers on that one too, but those were all right.
Okay.
And then number 5, on which episode did the team celebrate the 10th anniversary of What's on Joe Mind?
Ooh, this should have been a trick question.
164.
And somebody's birthday.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to bog down everything.
Carson's got some clarification in the comments over there.
Oh.
Hang on.
Is it Homer?
Yeah, Larry Hallman named him Homer. Carson, I told them to go to the episode, and they didn't want to do that. But I figured, you know what? It's on the site, so I'm not gonna be a butt. We're trying to give toys away. We're not trying to be trivia dorks.
Right.
So I figured if they didn't watch the video, at least they went to your website. So I took it as acceptable.
A win.
Took it. So right there, Carson, the man himself, backing up CP, which frankly, Larry Hama did a better job naming that pigeon, Carson. I'm sorry. That Homer's a better name.
We love
Homer's
Carson.
We do.
If it's Carson versus Larry.
Well, in that one, in Homer versus CP, I'm taking Homer.
Yeah.
Homer's a winner. CP sounds like something you pay for in one of that shady places off the interstate.
And you got to figure Hardball's always trying to adopt Homer the pigeon. Like, get over here. You belong to me. A real player.
Now I just want a giant Homer the Pigeon mascot suit.
And so that's right? The end of the,
it could be their
trivia
San Diego
there.
Chicken.
Which means I have to set up the big wheel. So bear with me just a moment.
Oh.
Is one of the options Trash the Donahue set? I hope so.
It is not. I left off all the joke options are not on the wheel this time around.
Man.
How about find the Merv Griffin set in a dumpster?
Because we got bitness today, so I didn't want to slow us down.
How about the Bee Gees are living in the torch of the Statue of Liberty?
Why would they be doing that?
That was Letterman did that as Start a Rumor Night, and that was one of the options.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
I'll give him that one. That's pretty good. We'll share the screen. I needed to find where I had the big wheel.
I got an image you can share.
No.
Don't do it.
Fine.
No.
There we
go. Yeah, the big wheel is brought to us by pickerwheel.com.
Whoa.
Your choice, your number one spot to help make random decisions with
That's
perfectly
crazy.
random answers. So what we had 20 entrants that got all 5 answers correctly. Congratulations. That means on this first spin of the wheel, you have a 20% chance of winning our first prize. And what is our first prize? Drum roll, please. Our first prize, the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow cycles from Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. You'll get them both.
Those toys better than the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Suggested retail price on those $50. So that is what we get for prize number 1. Let me jump over to the big wheel here. And you can see the names. Oh, the names. Let me get to full screen. Wow.
An ad for
Look
Pluto.
at it. Look at it.
It says click to exit.
Yeah, there's going to be ads up top, so ignore those. They don't support the show. We don't care about them. But are we ready?
Yeah.
I don't see the wheel at all.
Yeah. It says click to exit full screen.
That is terrible. Boo. Boo.
I think you better go back to regular screen.
Yeah, we're
Just
going back to
scroll up.
regular screen.
That's good.
Boo.
Scroll up.
Yeah, hang on.
Boy.
We gotta
Okay,
Yeah.
now spin
That's
it.
terrible. All right.
Perfect.
Drum roll, please. All right, now stop the drum roll.
We did.
Because this wheel's got its own funk.
I don't hear anything, but I like the dance.
Yeah, keep dancing.
There we go.
Damn!
Woo!
Sam Myers,
Congratulations.
you have won the bikes. Congratulations. Somebody write that down. You know, all this, I have a pen even, but I don't have paper.
I got it. Sam
You got
Myers
it?
bikes.
Sam Myers gets the bikes.
Wait, I got a
Congratulations, Sam. Let's go ahead. Let's get you out of the list.
Deleted.
So now we got a 1 in 19 chance for prize number 2. Prize number 2 is, drum roll, please. We've got Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins classified movie figures. We got Snake Eyes, we got Scarlet, we have the not at all dead Akiko.
No, totally alive.
Totally alive. I
No
Amazing.
alive.
We didn't
I
know
remain stunned by this.
we didn't know no one was allowed to die in that movie. So
Right? Right? Just bizarre. Bizarre.
Not even the giant snakes.
a lot of swords, no fatality.
No death. No deaths. Absolutely.
Even Mortal Kombat had fatalities.
Kind of wrong in a way. But anyways, are we ready for the new spin here?
Yeah.
All righty.
Spin the wheel, make the deal. And the winner is
It's Mrs. Torpedo.
nice.
Carrie Edelman, you have won some G.I. Joe classified figures. Torpedo Mike probably freaking out right now because I don't think she's a collector. But he knew how to beat the system.
Right.
He got
But
the wife to send in an entry. And we don't have a rule against that.
jokes,
No, we
on,
don't.
jokes on him. We're not paying shipping to Hawaii. So, come get them. Local pickup only.
Come get 'em.
Torpedo.
You got that one written down, Mark?
I will
Yes,
All right.
I do.
All right.
show off.
All right. Because I'm going to need those from you guys. I got no paper. I'm dumb. I have everything else within arm's reach. I'm prepared tonight like any other night except paper.
Right. Is there a jug of peanut butter whiskey where the paper usually is?
No, I'm having a beer tonight.
Fair enough.
Are you taking off Carrie's name?
I'm about to. Gonna have some beer first.
I suppose.
Beer.
Beer. Now Joe Colton's got it all together. She can't figure out what she's doing with leg pads, but
I straightened him out.
I'm really, Mark, I'm not taking the extreme stance that you did, but I think you wrestled them both down.
Depends.
And
Well, yeah,
I think
but
you won the handicap match, Mark.
largely with volume, though.
Yeah. The Fox News tactic.
Yeah,
Right.
exhausting the opposition with the inanity of the argument.
But
It's a little different than convincing them. But
But
it's a
in
win
your
either
defense-
way.
in your defense, unlike Fox News, you won with facts. But moving forward, we got spin 3, and what is the prize for spin number 3?
I don't know.
And we actually had a discussion about this, Rack Time Rob and myself. And that, are we going to go with the prize that we know everybody wants the most? Or are we going to go with the one that's worth the most? And ultimately, at number 3, we're going value. This is where we're going to give away some Super 7 figures. There's one of them still in the box, but we got all 6 of them. We got 3 green shirts. We got Snake Eyes. We got Quinn. We got Scarlet. So this is prize number 3. That is a over. Do some quick math here. 15. Yeah, it's over $100 worth of stuff.
Yep.
And here we go.
Bam.
It's it's Jason Berg. Jason Berg wins the Super 7 figures.
Woo!
Jason Iceberg.
Iceberg. I almost gave everybody a nickname, and that was going to be his.
Oh, it's a good one.
I very, very nearly did that, but then I figured, I don't want people to hate me that bad. I do want people to ultimately like the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or hate it, either way. Just as long as you're clicking down there on the bottom. And if you like or hate the show, give us a like or a huggy guy or a I hate you emoji. It's all
Yeah,
good.
The angry face.
We'll take a little angry guy. That's all right.
Yeah, you're just being honest.
Yeah,
Angry
we dig
face.
it. We'll take angry guy. We're good with
There's nothing wrong with being a heel. React to us.
that. You guys got that one down, right?
Oh, yeah, Joe does.
Jason
Joe, you got
Berg,
that one down?
reaction.
Got it.
Iceberg.
All right, Joe, you're second in command. I count on you to do that sort of thing.
Super 7.
All right. And that means our last pick, our last spin, we got 17 big names left on the wheel. So what are your odds on that one?
1
Do
in
some
17.
math there.
Yeah, like 5.5%.
1 in 17.
It's like
Got a
5.7.
5.5% chance at Old Gung Ho.
Yeah, old crappy gung ho.
Hey, now a collector's item. He's vintage.
Right?
Old
bat.
gung ho.
And an Alley Viper.
That
You can't
and an
beat
alley
those
viper.
guys.
Wow.
I don't even have any of these myself, and I'm giving them away. This is how much we love you people.
Is there a barbecue we're giving away?
No.
You should.
I need one of those.
I think you got one of those in the mail, actually.
Ah, good, because they're up on the Pulse. And I was getting jumpy.
I believe
5.9% chance.
If the post office is to be believed, you may have it Monday.
Lieutenant Colonel Ragtime Rob was in charge of that operation.
I believe I owe Lieutenant Colonel $25.
All right, are we all set?
Yeah.
It's our
We've
grand
been
prize
waiting.
winner. Is everybody going to give me a dance?
We already did the Batusi in the pre-show, right?
All right. Well, I mean, that's not my grungy hip hop there, but whatever. Spinning the wheel.
Making the deal.
Andrew Goffkin, you're a winner.
Woo!
Don't let anybody tell you any different, because it's a proven fact now. He's right there too. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. I think he died because since his name came up, he hasn't typed anything in.
Yeah.
And to be clear, you don't have to be present to win, but why wouldn't you be here? I mean, come on.
Right? There's nothing. You have nothing else going on. You don't. You don't. We're that entertaining. This is like live free television.
Pretty much.
There we go. There's our guy. Woo!
Yeah. Congratulations.
And congratulations to all of our winners, to all of our entrants. Thank you for playing along and giving credence to our madness. We do appreciate it when you do that sort of thing. We dig that. We love to give stuff away. Kokomo Toys loves to give stuff away. That's why they partner with us. And so we will need the four of you to send us some mailing addresses. We'll get those out to you as soon as we possibly can.
Except for Torpedo Mike.
Except for Torpedo Mike or Mrs. Torpedo Mike, who is the actual winner, who the package will be addressed to, Carrie. And she can determine what to do with it as she pleases when that package arrives.
She can dole it out, right?
Right?
Remember that thing you said you do last weekend?
It's like the honeydew list is going to get a little shorter.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, thank you especially to our good friends and sponsors at Kokomo Toys for fronting us all this fine material. And yeah, we'll do it again as soon as they send us more stuff. We love it.
That was a lot of stuff, though, so don't get greedy.
That was a ton of stuff,
Right?
man. That's
Gotta let them reload.
Over $250 worth of G.I. Joe merchandise. You can't beat
I've been
that.
stepping over it for weeks.
Right?
Yeah, because I've been holding on to boxes because I don't know. I didn't. Anyway, yeah.
He
So I
didn't know
can't-
how he's buying everything.
Yeah, couldn't pack it up early because we needed to show it off tonight.
You know what you should do, Mike? You should repack the Alley Viper with somebody that you don't really want anymore.
He'll get a gung ho, and a gung ho.
There you go. That'd be outstanding as a contest prize. They can repack
Yeah,
something.
she's laughing.
Maybe they won't notice.
I mean, it depends what kind of laugh it is. If it's the normal, happy laughter, it's one thing. If it's the laughter, you might have problems, and I apologize.
He's in trouble.
Yep.
So we also want to thank you guys for joining us here in the live chat tonight. I apologize. It's a pretty loaded up episode. We don't have a ton of time for questions. So just hang on to them. If you have questions that you just have to know the answers to, hey, maybe send us an email.
Oh yeah.
Because we will be doing another mail call in the very near future. We do appreciate you, and we want to get all your questions answered and give them the time they deserve. But if you want to, anything you want to know about, by all means, drop us an email at whatsonjoemind@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to get it on the air just as soon as we. There we go. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh, gung ho! Curse you, Mike.
That's it.
Still got it.
Don't want to get your gung hopes up. Oh.
But let's take a look here.
Even the dogs started growling at that.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I apologize. She's like, more dad jokes. Come on. Oh, no, wait. She's heralding the arrival.
Ragtime Rob, what'd you get in this week?
Oh, well, let's see.
Real quick, man. We're running long.
All right. Just today, I got a big old McFarlane Batman that arrived a day after I read the reviews and say, the elbow breaks if you look at it funny. I was like, oh, great.
Careful.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Joe Colton, what'd you get in?
I got nothing this week.
Got nothing.
I got a ring for a costume, but that's it.
All right, that's good though. Anything you can tell us? You gotta wait until we can see the finished product.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of maybe doing if I build the Zaymont figure into a costume, I might do a special, and you guys can see how I actually pull a costume together.
Oh my God! Somebody else is producing content. Oh, come, Elizabeth! It's a big one. Oh, Mark Weber, what'd you get in this week?
It was a good week, man, because check it out. Oh, it's not heavy, but it's big. Figure of the year.
Oh, hey.
Oh, nice.
And look how big this is. It's $50. Look, it's gigantic.
It is massive.
So I got to break that out. It just came in today. And then this might be the biggest surprise because I never saw this in stores. Eventually got one off Pulse and a couple off eBay. The other two are coming. But this guy is well, there goes Biz. Scared her away with the ninja. But this thing is full of wind, right?
That's a night creeper for everybody paying attention at home.
Yeah, I can't.
But it's the more basic articulation from the movie line. But it's the only place you can get a night creeper outside of the Book of Boba Fett. And he's really, really good. And you can't get him in classified. And you know what? I sure built. I got 3 for like $11 each. But the best part, the first one I got was off eBay. And the guy's name was Lord, well, all run together, Lord of BASS. So I don't know if he's Lord of Bass and drives around going boom, 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 boom. Or if he's a fisherman and he's the Lord of Bass.
Yeah,
but
either way.
Congratulations to Lord of Bass and Lord of Bass and sending me this guy. He's really, really good. And then the last one is the Joe Colton special. So you're going to love it. One of the other things I collect, jerseys.
What?
So look at, I mean, it's fake, but look at the stitching at the neckline and the maple leaf around the neck, right? For Team Canada stalwart and former Montreal Canadiens defenseman Shea Weber. So the Weber, I have a small collection of Weber jerseys, and this one,
I love it.
It's a beautiful jersey. So
is the maple leaf a pleather in the middle?
Maybe. I don't know that much.
Okay. Does it feel smooth?
It was really cheap for how nice it is. and it's way too small. So we'll hang it up, or we'll let Derek wear it. But
He's
There you
going to
go.
hang it up in the house.
The Hoos.
so there you go. That's what I got in.
Take off, eh?
Take
Wow.
off, eh? Don't be drinking all the beer.
But I for everybody keeping score at home, let me go ahead. I'll get myself in here. What I got in
Beachhead.
is Beachhead number 29.
Yeah.
He does not have his ammo pack, but he's real good joints, real good paint. And then just today, Beachhead number 30.
Nice.
We're evening it up.
Are these
How-
eBay
How many
finds
do
or
you
what?
have now?
I just said it's number 30.
I thought it was like, never mind. Okay, go ahead. It's fine. I'll shut up.
Number
It's
30.
been a long week.
It's a good question.
It's number 30. Joe Colton, you're going to make my hair turn gray.
I know.
Oh.
How about Mark Weber's question? Are they
Yeah.
eBay?
Yes,
bids?
Mark Weber, your question.
Are these eBay finds or local finds or what do we?
They
talking?
are eBay finds. They are.
There you go.
Local is, unless they got them at Kokomo, I don't have a whole lot of local options.
Oh.
There's a few, but it's rare that, like, loose Joes are getting to be hard to find in the mom and pop stops. So
Mhm.
so it's yeah. But no, the question, do they all have their purses? No. 29 does not have his purse. 30 is ready for a night on the town, but 29 is not. He's just running errands.
It's not a purse. It's a European carry-all.
It's
It's a satchel. Indiana Jones has one.
I should start putting them around their waists and just call them fanny packs. But yeah, Canada is metric. That's the explanation right there. That sums it all up right there. That's the problem.
Which is why my jersey came in too small, apparently.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Mark, Rob, shout outs. Let's move into shout outs.
Somebody.
All right. I was just from looking at the comments. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of our guys are home with COVID tonight. So shout out to all those affected, and I hope you get well soon.
Right? That's some trash. People need to wear their masks when they go out. And that's not to say that the people who got sick weren't. It's because other people weren't that they got sick. So anyway, who else you got right time, Rob?
Shout out to all my coworkers who picked up the slack for me today because I was homesick. Not with COVID.
No,
Well, you look good.
he had the trots.
Thanks.
It wasn't the trots. It's
No,
just
it
fun to
was-
say the trots because that's what
Yeah,
our
that's
grandmother
what-
used to say. Anytime we'd tell grandma we didn't feel good, she'd be, and grandma was a 5 foot tall. She looked like you could have just pulled her off of the streets of Lithuania, but she had a total Brooklyn voice, right? You know, but so anytime you told grandma you weren't feeling well, she'd kind of lean in and be like, "You got the trots?" And it was fun. She just understood that was a funny thing for a little old lady to say. So, and can't say she was wrong.
Right?
Can't say she was wrong.
Is that a double Weber child showing?
It's a triple because Big came
Yeah.
down twice.
Yeah.
So drink up, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
It's going to be a good show.
Your bingo card is full.
Right?
We got another hour. We got another
Bingo!
hour of thigh pads, and then we move on to shoulder epaulets.
And
Nope.
then we're going to talk wrestling.
Yes.
Mark Weber, who we shouting out
Fantasy
to?
football.
As described to me by a friend who's still there were massive layoffs at Hasbro this week, and that hasn't, been bandied about very much. And I don't know a whole bunch of names. Obviously, the two that are most important to the Joe fandom are fine because they were on the Fan First Friday today. But Matthew Clark, a writer there that I worked with, who was a fantastic writer and a great guy to work with, and the guy who's been steering the sort of narrative for Transformers for the last couple of years, was unfortunately let go. I just found that out today. And he's a great guy. So hopefully whatever his next chapter in is as good or better for him, because he was good peeps and the kind of employee you don't really want to let go. So for everybody who lost their job, obviously I've been there, and it sucks. But I wish you well, and hopefully it's just the break before your new chapter starts somewhere else.
Absolutely. Salute.
That's it.
All right. Joe Colton, who we shouting out to?
I'm going to shout out to my husband for getting me beer this evening.
Beer run. Yeah, give it up.
The wrist lock, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And then just the unsung heroes that work in the government that try and make things better and don't really get recognition for it. So thank you to those guys.
All right. You got anybody else?
Diana Davis, I'm really sorry for not liking that joke.
That's fair.
I love you though.
Shout out to everyone who stuck with us during Phygate.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Padding gate.
Phygate.
I'm sorry you had to witness that.
And just so we've got it, public record, forgiveness.
Right.
Public record, forgiveness. And for my shout-outs, give a shout-out to everybody who's watching us. Whether you're watching us live, thank you so much for spending another Friday night with us. If you're catching us on replay, we appreciate you too. We would appreciate you even more if you're part of the 25% of folks who are not subscribed. If you would fix that and go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like this video, get us tossed in there into the rotation on YouTube a little bit harder. If you're catching us on Facebook this evening, give us some kind of an emoji, thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. Even give us the angry guy. We don't care. Just if you're reacting to us, that's a good thing, and that helps our distribution on Facebook. Again, the thing you can do to help us out the most is head on over to Facebook and subscribe to the channel there. Once we get over 1,000 subscribers, it really opens up what we can do for you. Yeah, we've had some business on the website. Be sure to visit our TeePublic store, the What's on Joe Mind swag shop. The link is down below. If you have a couple of dollars laying around and can help out the show, we've got the coffee for What's on Joe Mind, also known as the swear jar, down below. We've also got Joe Colton's cosplay jar, coffee cup down below. If you got a couple of bucks, please support her projects as well. And we appreciate all of you. Give a shout out to all of our essential workers, all of our medical personnel who are just still overwhelmed. Please do your part. Take care of yourself. Get yourself vaccinated. If you've got the vaccination, you don't have the booster, get yourself boosted. COVID is tough. Okay, I know this is the Omicron is supposedly the weaker variant. But it's still stronger than the original COVID, so it's really messing up a lot of folks. We need to do better about nipping this in the bud. I know it's starting to crest in a lot of places, but let's do the work now while we can, and save some lives and just help everybody out, sick and well, as far as beating this thing. It's been too long. It's been 2 years. That's enough. Stop messing around. Stop making this politics. Get your shot. Or wear a mask, preferably both.
Yeah, both. It's like a 2-pack.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got the shirt on. I've got the old school shirt right here.
Nice.
$20 unless you catch one of the many sales. I wish I could tell you when the next sales are going to be, but TeePublic does that. I have no idea. So if you catch it, it's $20 normally. If you catch it on sale, it's like 13 or 14, depending on when it happens. So please get on out there. Do what you can. We appreciate anything you can do. We appreciate your logging in and watching us. And I think that's about it. It's been an hour and 50 minutes of reveals, of discussion, and of thigh pads.
So
and
basically like 10 team streams back to back.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or Fan First Fridays back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a quick one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They did a good job. You're in, you're out. It's done. Lots of energy, lots of fun. Everybody's happy. I think we're lucky to have the two people doing Fan First Fridays that we do in Emily and Lenny, because, man, some of those things are messes.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of those things are hot messes. And that doesn't happen with GI Joe team. So
Yeah.
kudos to the team at Hasbro. Shout out there to everybody working real hard to get these great toys out to us. We really appreciate those. That's it. Everybody have a great night. Been awesome having you here on the TeamStream this evening. We will be back next Friday. Mark will not be back next Friday. It'll be me and Joe Colton and Racktime Rob and maybe a guest. We're working on that. Might work out that way.
Yeah, look for me in the Royal Rumble crowd.
Right.
Ooh.
Hello, St. Louis.
Wow.
Mark is entrant number 26.
Yeah, with my back. It's awesome. I had a kindergartner push me in the back today. It almost dropped me to the floor.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm not at full strength, but that's okay.
Well, if you get a real big dude to pull on your arms and another one to pull on your legs, maybe let's pop it back into shape.
I just want to throw Knoxville out. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And the rest is all gravy.
Get Andrew Garfield to fix the back. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
That's foreshadowing. By the
Get
way,
you taken care of.
the post show is going to be great.
Have a good evening, everybody. Again, catch us again next Friday at 9 Eastern. Have a great rest of the weekend. Stay safe if you can't. Be careful. Yo, Joe.